Hey Capricorn, welcome to Black Star Tarot. This is your Law of Attraction reading. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Father's Day for those of you who are parents, whether you have children or pet, don't matter, doesn't matter. Let's see what you have coming in. So you got, I have control over the thoughts I think. Okay, well, hell yeah. You know, of course you have control over the thoughts you think. Just watch them, you know, because sometimes, you know, even though you have control over them, they can wander. You know what I'm saying? They can wander. So you have card number 33, and threes talk about spirit. You know, 33 is a master number. So I feel like, you know, you're definitely being guided. So some of you are in that, how am I gonna say this? So the way your thoughts are right now are in a place of discipline. I think that's the word I want to use. Like, I feel like you're being very disciplined about your thoughts, your actions, you know, the way you think. Because I think you're realizing that that is the key to being happy. That is the key to success, right? And that is the secret to living, right? You have to control those thoughts. Because if we allow our thoughts to get away from us, then God knows what they're going to come back with, right? Because thoughts, I don't know why they're so easily negative. You know, it's like you really have to watch them, you know. And when you do that, it does change things. And I honestly believe that it works. And some of you are realizing that you need to change the way you think. You know, you need to have control over your thoughts, because you realize that those thoughts very well can change the way you feel, right? It can also change your reality. So you're starting to figure that out now, and you're starting to appreciate, you know, the science of being in flow, right, with the universe, not worrying, not stressing, right? You know, loving yourself, loving others, things of that nature, right? Don't let other people's, you know, behavior, you know, creep in with your thoughts, your day, and so on and so on. Anyway, all right, so since you have control over what thoughts you offer, what could be more just than the powerful law of attraction, responding equally to everyone who offers a vibration? Once you gain control over the thoughts you think, your sense of injustice will subside and will be replaced with the exuberance for life and the zest to create that which you were born with. Let everything in the universe be an example to you of the way the laws of the universe work. Yeah, like I said, I do feel like you know. I feel like you're figuring this out. Like you're learning the secret almost, right? That if you change your thoughts and you change your feelings, you know, that things will come into alignment, right? And yes, you do have control over your thoughts. And when you don't, I feel like we're all over the place, right? It's like one day you feel good, the next thing you feel horrible. But if you sit down and sit with those thoughts and you figure out, okay, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel good today? What's happening in my life? You know, what's making me feel good today? And then maybe that day when you don't feel good, what is making me unhappy today? Is it something I'm doing? Is it something I'm thinking? Is it something I'm eating? Like, what's going on here? Why am I thinking like this? Once you start being the observer, I feel like things start to shift in your reality, right? And I think you're starting to learn that. Why not, right? Why not? You know, a lot of people don't believe in the law of attraction or manifesting. But if you've tried everything else and it don't work, why not try to just be like, why am I thinking that? Where'd that thought come from? What the hell? You know, if you start doing that to yourself, then eventually, you know, those thoughts won't affect you anymore. So we have visionary. It says, great change starts with bold imagination. See beyond the present into what could be. Dream big. Map out your highest potential without limiting yourself to your current to your current circumstances. So, you know, a lot of the times, because we're not in control of our thoughts, we tend to repeat like cycle after cycle after cycle. But as I said, I think a lot of you are starting to realize that fact, right? That whatever it is you put your thought into, whatever it is you put your emotion into, and whatever it is that you take action towards is exactly what you're going to get. And that is the secret, right? that, you know, you have the power to yield things into existence. Okay, so being that you have that power and that knowledge, why not think and put your focus on more positive things? Like, why not? Because that way, instead of using all of that space to think about negative things, you can use that space to dream, right? To create, right? To, you know, to grow, right? Out of the situation that you're in. And that's, I don't know, just, you know, I want another card for you guys. Don't ask me why. But something saying just grab another one. Grab one of these. Grab one of these. Patience. All right. So the universe moves in divine timing. Rushing will not speed up what is meant for you. Yeah. Okay. All right. So affirm everything is unfolding perfectly. Trust the process instead of forcing the circumstances. So that's a direct message to somebody out there. Okay. Like, you got your eye on something here, and definitely you're thinking about it a lot. Be mindful. Be mindful of manifestation. Okay. And also be mindful of pushing things away. All right. When you overly think or you concentrate on something and you want it so god darn bad, believe it or not, you push it away or you push it further away. You know, that's what you do. So loosen up your grip here, Capricorn. Okay. Loosen up your grip a little bit. Be patient with whatever this is that, you know, you're trying to get. You know, Capricorns have a very unique way of mind freaking things, is what I'm saying. Like, you can be very creative. You know, it's like, you know, one of the things that I feel like Capricorns are very persuasive, right? But that don't work on everybody. You know what I'm saying? So so I get it. I don't know, for some of you out there, this isn't everybody, but you got your eye on something here and you want it so bad that you're obsessively thinking about it. But I tell you, it's not until you let this go that you're actually going to receive it. So go ahead and stop. Like, if you want to manifest this, you're not going to be able to force it. It has to be synchronistic, right? You know, just I'm meaning, like, whatever this is, if this is a person, this person has to be open as just as much to you as you are to them. You understand? Like, and if they're not, even though you can see them in your future, right? You can feel them, you can smell them in your bed. You know what I'm saying? I get all of that. Like, I see what your thoughts are right now. Like, some of you want something or someone, like, really bad, right? Like I said, they're running around in your brain, right? They're living rent free in your head. You know, I can see that. But you need to slow down just a little bit. Be patient, be calm. You know what I'm saying? Calm your storm. Just fall back, because once you do that, that's when abundance is coming. That's when you're gonna get what you want. Okay, you got your eye on something. Look at this. Let's just point this out. Okay. Look at the wolf. Look at how he's it's almost predatory. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want this, I'm not gonna stop till I get it. Like, this is someone out there, right? And like I said, like, Capricorns, I'm telling you, you could sell water to a well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your superpower in which, you use it to befriend people. You use it to persuade people, slick oil salesmen, as someone once termed it, right? I get that, right? But there is something here that, like I said, it doesn't work for everybody. Somebody is, being a little bit more difficult, right? They're not as easy for you to get, right? They're your prey, and I'm saying it lightly, right? I'm just saying, this is just what I'm saying. Like, you're after something, or for others of you, someone. You got your eye on them. You dream about them. You think about them. They're always in your mind. They're always on your thoughts. Like, seriously, calm down. Calm your storm, because, and look, you got the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I see. I know it's a person. I know it was. Are you like this person? That's what this is. So you're attracted to someone here. You may be in friendship mode right now, but I feel like you want more, right? Look at the eye here. Another eye. You're hyper focused. Look, eyes over here are highlighted, right? You see a way in, okay? You see a way in. Whatever this is to you. All right. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're putting, man, and you hoping this person don't break your heart. I can feel this reading. I don't even gotta see it. Like, You know what? You don't want to, whoever this is, you don't want them to hurt you. You don't want them to break your heart. But I see you. I see you. Look at you. Again, look how focused he is on that growth. You want to know if this particular situation is going anywhere or is it not. You're spending the time with the Seven of Pentacles. You're making the investment with the Seven of Pentacles, right? You're hoping that something pays off with this person. You don't, man, y'all crazy. I see that. I feel it. I feel it. I see it. All of that. Could be a fire sign for some of you. This could be a Leo, Sag, Aries. Okay? You're attracted to this person big time. Big time. And you want to offer them a commitment, but are they going to accept it? This is what you're trying to attract. Yeah, you try and be the man. Yeah, oh my God. Like, you doing it all right. Okay? You're putting everything that you've learned from every past relationship that you have ever experienced, right? And you're bringing this shit to the table. You really working hard to try to get this person to open up to you. Excessively hard. You want them. You're attracted to them. Like, I don't know. Like, there's something that they spark something in you, you spark something into them. This is actually turning into not even a money. This is love. This is work too. This is work. Got your work cut in for you. But you're not giving up. That's the interesting thing. So that's the thing. So I feel like you're putting your all into something here, person, place, thing. But definitely for a lot of you, this is surely a person. Surely a person. It's crazy how this message just flipped and went all kinds of ways. Yeah. You want to offer them something solid. Like, you want to know if this person is listening too. Do they hear what you're saying? Right? Are they picking up what you're putting down? Right? This page is here to offer something. Like, you don't want to waste this time. This is good news though. So for some of you, I do feel that they may be opening up. Well, maybe this is something, you know, a lot of the times the pages, particularly the Page of Pentacles, because it has to do with like things starting up. You know what I'm saying? So I think your investment is starting to, you know, I think things are starting to change. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like someone's starting to open up, because the Page of Pentacles can represent like solid starts, you know, things beginning, manifesting something here, messages coming in, you know, things like that. So I do feel like someone's opening up. So whatever magic or voodoo you do, I feel like it's starting to work. Okay. Yeah. Remember I said earlier, I just don't want, like, you, I think that's your biggest fear, somebody's biggest fear is that, you know, this person is going to break their heart, or that you're going to lose them in some way. You know, or that this relationship is going to change, because this is a 5, and 5s always talk about, you know, some type of change, some type of movement. You know, you don't want to be let down. You don't want your heart to break. You don't want all of that stuff, right? It's interesting, right? You don't want this person to cut you off, right? That's on somebody's mind, and like the devil's on the bottom of the deck, right? You showing up, like, you may not want them to cut you off. They may not want you to cut them off. And I ain't gonna sit here and do no long love reading. I refuse. But again, 5 of Swords, another 5. Like, there is someone here that doesn't want something to change, okay? But don't rush it. That's all I want to say about this. Don't rush it. If you rush it with them 2 5s, you're gonna end it. That's a 10. So don't rush it. All right, you got to take your time with this particular person. Like, stop using, you know, the 5 of Swords is like disagreements, loss, defeat, things like that. Like, just go slow. And I think that this will probably go in your favor. At least I hope it do. You know, I hope it do. And like I said, it will. So, do feel like it was going to go in your favor. Like, the star is good news. All right, so this is blessing, this is promise, okay? And again, with the star, I do feel like there's huge influence. I think there's someone who's like really trying to influence somebody here with their charm, with their goodness, with, you know, they're putting their best self forward. And the star tells me that there's definitely hope here, okay? All right, this relationship is definitely something that the universe has conspired, all right? There's healing in this connection. There's a lot. There's healing, there's lust, right? All of that stuff is all here. You know what I'm saying? So Capricorn, this is pretty much what I have for you. I do feel like could be dealing with an Aquarius. You do have Aquarius here. You got the Emperor's Aries. I do feel fire sign regardless. Leo, Aries, Sag, don't matter. It could be any day, nobody. But that's, you know, that's how I feel. Could be a Cancer for others of you too. You know, because I do feel like that determination. Somebody's determined to get this. I mean, it's almost like they're on overdrive. They don't care if they got to travel. They don't care what they got to spend. They don't really care how long they have to wait. All they want is success with this. So I see you. All right, guys, this is what I have for you. This is what you're attracting. This is what you want. You want this person. You know what I'm saying? You want this person bad. All right, Capricorn. See you guys in the next reading. Remember to like and subscribe.